Mr. Mushiri, karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Looking forward to the same?
Yes, sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yes.
Last but not least, to my farthest right, we have Mr. Kennedy Ochieng, an African champion. If I talk about his CV, you'd be like, why can't we have them in some of these major bodies in terms of nurturing the young talent? He was a member of the 1993 World Championships, 4x400 meters sprint team that really went out to revenge against the Americans in the 4x4 relay team, only to push the Americans into a world record out of anger. Kennedy Ochieng, former sprinter, right now with the Kenya Ports Authority, that's KPA, here with us in studio. We'll also engage him to find out, is Kenya likely to be in the podium when it comes to sprints at this World Championships? He will be telling us more because he is also the National Coordinator Athletics from the KECOSO Games. Mr. Kennedy Ochieng, it's a privilege and honor. Karibu sana.
Thank you, asante sana.
Hasira ya 94 bado iko?
93.
93
no,
bado iko?
That one faded with time.
It faded with time.
It faded, yeah.
Gentlemen, let's talk KECOSO. And let me start with you, Mr. Mushiri Wachira, as the chairman technical. Talk to us about the 42nd edition of the KECOSO Games.
Actually, KECOSO Games started in 1978 after the disintegration of the East African community, where they used to conduct inter-corporation games. And in fact, the first game was actually done in Nairobi in 1978, and the second one in Mombasa. And from that time, we have been conducting sports, edition every year to date. And unfortunately, during the time of Corona, that's the only time when we did not take part. Otherwise, we have actually been doing a lot, acting as a reserve for the athletes in this country and even all the other sports disciplines. And basically, our theme has been to take sports to the people.
As we look at taking sports to the people, clearly a very good theme in terms of ensuring that the general public, get to enjoy sports. And sports is always a unifying factor in everything that we do. Mr. Ephraim, from KCA, that's Kenya Civil Aviation Authority, a lot is expected of you because you also produce very good sportsmen and sportswomen in the country. You have the shield here, and you rightly say that it's going nowhere. What sporting disciplines are you guys taking part in this year? Are you also going to rub shoulders with Bandari from KPA in football, or what are you guys looking at?
Okay, for Bandari, they're lucky. We are not producing football this year. Otherwise, we'll participate in other disciplines like basketball, volleyball, Scrabble, pool, among others. There are several, around 9 of them.
And also don't forget that we are there, Kenya Broadcasting Corporation.
Yes, I know.
And, there are those that we also give everyone a run for their money when it comes to, pool, Scrabble, talk about darts. We are always there, so please don't write us off. Mapema will be there.
I'm not. I'm ready for you. In fact, last year you brought us a challenge, and this year we tried our best to prepare for you so that we maintain our cup.
Karanja David has always told me that wacha tuwaongee, tuko, we'll come there. Mr. Kennedy Ochieng, as the coordinator athletics, talk to us about the preparations, the venue. Are you set, and what are your expectations as you now get forward? And coincidentally, it is the World Athletics Championships a year. A lot will be, expected from athletics, with a lot going in, many athletes looking forward to making names.
Yes, the preparation is ongoing very well. The venue will be at William Olentimama Stadium. That's the last 2 days. We will have the special release for the special people and everybody who wants to take part. We want to integrate with the community very well. Other than that, on the football matters also, other than the teams you've just mentioned, we shall have the Bunge FC versus KECOSO combined on the last day. So that will spike up the games. As of the Mawasiliano Cup, Kenya Ports Authority management is giving full support. We won it, I think, 3-4 times. And let's wait and see. This is sports. You know, I've been a sportsman. Until you are there, don't count your chicks. Until it's done. It's never until it's done. So I better keep quiet, let the game go. We will see on the final day.
When Kennedy talks about, let's not go there, let's wait for the final day, he's been out there in terms of experience. And Kennedy was a member of, the Kenya 4x4 100-meter, relay team. And looking back to the days, the 1987 Fourth All-African Games when Kenya was poised to win gold medal, Nigeria, through an athlete called Innocent Ebunike, running a blistering last 400-meter, the anchor, and beating Kitur when everybody thought Kitur would be carrying it. So he has good experience when he says, let's not talk now. And more so now that he's in, Mombasa, Waswahili wanasema, tusije tukaandikia mate, wino ipo.
Yes. You know, when you are in sports arena, it's a different ball game. You have pressure, lactic acid, muscles, body and mind all together. It's like a vehicle which is serviced, but some parts may be having problems. So the best thing is everybody is now will be given equal opportunity. That's why I'm saying it's better you wait and see the outcome. You can't celebrate until it's over.
You can't until it's over.
Yes.
All right, we'll have to wait and see. Mr. Wachira, you are the chairman, technical, and of course national coordinator volleyball. How are the volleyball preparations? Because this is also another interesting sport that many look forward to. Malkia Strike has been making headlines. We have Wafalme, now the men's volleyball team, also getting into camp and getting ready for tough assignments. How is the preparations from a volleyball end?
Actually, for volleyball, with proper coordination, in fact, working in collaboration with the Kenya Volleyball Federation, which is actually a very premier, federation in this country, our teams are well prepared. And in fact, most of the players have been participating, vigorously in the various courts within Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu, and in fact, recently the majority, so that majority now of the member organizations who are going to take part in this, they are actually now merging so that they can actually form the formidable team that will be able now to face the teams that will come forth in Narok.
Remember, you are, watching us live. We are talking about KECOSO games, and as we talk about KECOSO games, you can interact with us at KBC at AMFA. Let us know what you feel in our Facebook pages, what you feel about KECOSO. And one legend, watching us right now, says, tell my KECOSO guys that I will be present and that my KECOSO records speak by itself. Congratulations to all of them, but my records still speak. Dr. Rose Tatamoya.
Actually, I was mentored by Rose Tatamoya. I was picked right from school by her. She's my mother in athletics. I got employed at Kenya Ports Authority at the age of 18. I had just done my Form 4. And she taught us very well because sports needs a lot of discipline. Total discipline, and that's why we were successful then. And the record is still there. Some old records are still there. It means they were getting it right. Even the 400-meter record, which I did, I think in 1992, 44.82 is still there. So we give the young turks a chance. We try to entice them to do what they're supposed to do. But Rose is a force in athletics. Now she's managing the Masters.
The Masters, yes.
Yes.
Rosta Tamoya, we really appreciate you being, a part of the audience this afternoon. And of course, always following, the masters, and we know the work that she's doing out there. Also interesting to note that she was part of KECOSO games, and some of the records still stand. Let's come to you, Ephraim Nehondo. And now that you are here as the team manager, Kenya Civil Aviation Authority, how prepared are your teams? Because the shield is here, you have it, but remember, it's easy to become number one. The other teams are also working hard to become number one as we, look at your trophy.
Thank you. In terms of preparation, yes, we have a bit of difficulties because, as you know, staff work at the same time, they go for practice. We are involved in the same method of practice, such that when someone is not on duty, comes for practice and teams up with the rest. So far it's working out. So far the team is becoming better and better as the day goes. This is my second year as the team manager. Now, comparison between last year and this year, I see a bit of some improvement. So as much as my elder here says, will speak during the game. That is true. And he also mentors me when we do KECOSO. Here we are competing, but when it comes to KECOSO itself as a fraternity, I also learn a lot from them because I'm also new in KECOSO. But as a challenger, I still accept the challenge. I still say my team is training well. It has been doing that for a while, and as we speak, I believe they are still in their courts, in their respective places, training. So we'll see. Let the games decide.
Waswahili husema kila mwamba ngoma uvutia upande wake. KCAA tayari wanavutia upande wao, but like Kennedy says, time will tell. Let's wait and see. Let me come to you, Mr. Wachira. We had a time when, KECOSO took a break, and not just KECOSO, but nearly every sporting activity globally took a break as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. And here we are, we thank God, we've picked up and we're starting all over again. Last year, we are here. Are there any new things that we are bringing in this time around, or we just want to continue with the same in terms of preparations, technical? Are there some new, sporting events that have been brought in this year, or we'll just go with the traditional ones as we see what comes up in the future?
Let me say that the COVID-19 pandemic really affected everyone. And in fact, KECOSO, fraternity was very affected, and we were not able to conduct our sports for those 2 years. And of course, we all understand that organizations have not been performing very well, and because of that dismal performance in their, in what they do, you find that we have actually decided to continue with the same sports. The only thing that we want to do is to enrich, in various disciplines like basketball and even volleyball, to have some ladies teams coming in. And in fact, this time also, we want to ensure that swimming is actually being conducted and being embarked on by, all those, who should be involved, including the PWDs. And we are hoping that all is going to work very well as planned.
Interesting indeed, coming up with such and including the PWDs as we move forward. Kennedy, Mr. Cheng, as we look at athletics, are we working in collaboration with Athletics Kenya in terms of getting some of the technical, technical staff? Because we know some of these things need technical abilities and technical equipment. For example, for athletics, you need the starter and stuff. Are we working in collaboration with Athletics Kenya in terms of getting some of this technical support?
Thank you. That's what we do, but we zero into the local athletics fraternity in that county. If we go to Kakamega, we use AK, Athletics Kenya Kakamega. Now we are in Narok, we'll use the Athletics Kenya Narok headed by Chairman Stephen Ole Marai. He was an athlete also of quite good times during our days in 800 meter. I think one time he was mentoring the Rudisha to where he is today. So athletes, in athletics, we normally ensures that we use the local administration in those counties, because it will be difficult to go to another county where the athletics body is and you import other people. Other than that, we also give our people from these federations, the 11 Federation First Ministry, a chance to officiate the athletics, including your organization, KBC. We are looking forward to give us some officials so that we mentor them properly. Yes, thank you.
Interesting indeed, because it's a way of also promoting the sport and ensuring that things are done the right way, and not just in terms of us going out there to sit and watch, but we also do the right thing. Let's talk about, KCA and, of course, the preparations, like you rightly put it. You have to juggle between work and, of course, you have to get ready for KECOSO. But that notwithstanding, we are looking at other organizations that are coming in. Where do you see the challenge in terms of competition from a team manager's point of view? Of course, KBC is a challenge when it comes to, to indoor games. Yes.
Okay, that's a tricky question, because every year we experience challenges depending on the particular discipline and also the preparation that the teams make. For instance, last year, KPA gave us a challenge, and the year before it was Poster. So right now, when we talk about what challenges we expect, it also depends on the preparation they make, because in every discipline, as I said earlier, in every discipline, you'll not find a particular organization being the winner. So you'll find, like, for instance, as you said, pool, we usually have a challenge with KBC. Basketball, we usually have a challenge with KPA. Yes. What else? Volleyball, we usually have a challenge with KA. So right now, talking about challenges, at the end of the day, it sums up to overall. So this year, you might find KPA, they've brought everyone, maybe every discipline. Now they become a challenge. Last year, because of elections, the games had to be moved to September instead of August. So because of that, KPA were not able to bring their most of their teams, like basketball ladies usually bring us challenge. But the ones that they brought, we were able to defeat them. And for now, it will depend with the preparation, or rather the disciplines that will come, so that we can get the aggregate results to determine the winner. So as usual, as I said earlier, we are still bringing everyone except football. And I believe the other organization, apart from the ones that are here represented, I believe they're also preparing themselves. So when we meet the challenge, that's when I'll be able to say, this time it's KBC, tomorrow it's KPA. For now, I cannot exactly establish.
Interesting, because every organization seems to be having a strength in their own.
Yes.
As we look into this. Mr. Wachira, Mr. Ocheng will also chime in this. In the yesteryears, we had very, intense rivalry of, some of these games, and KECOSO produced the best in the country. Let's go in football, for example. You would have Poster, with very big names. You would have Bandari, big names. You would have Railways, big names. You would have Kenya Airways, big names. Is it still the same?
Thank you very much for that very, very important question. And the situation has really changed. The equation has really changed in the sense that other new teams have really emerged. For instance, who would have known that Kenya Civil Aviation Authority would come up and perform well. Who would have known that other small teams, like even Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, do well in snooker and those indoor sports. And then basically what happened is that it narrows down to the kind of effort that each and every team is putting in place. And that is why, as Mr. Nehondo has said, it depends on what the other team is bringing in. And that's why it is very hard to predetermine the performance of any team at this juncture.
And as we look into that, Mr. Chieng, they've, part of the theme is sports to the people. We are going to Narok County, and Olentimama Stadium will be the venue for these games. What would your message be to the, Narok community, to come up in terms of watching the games and also just enjoy some of, the different sporting activities that KECOSO will be parading?
My message to them is that come and let us interact through sports. As I've told you before, we'll have the Bunge FC football. I think that's a House of Representative against KECOSO combined. We'll have special relay for the community. Everybody, Narok can form their own special relay team. We have ours, the Bunge FC can have theirs. So it's going to be very interactive. Yes. But
what are the dates?
Yeah. The dates, KECOSO games will commence on 19th to 26th. But the last 2 days will be for athletics and the football, the special football I've just spoken about. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, yes.
Allow me also to state that the Narok community, through their governor, Honorable Olentimama, Olentutu, yes. KECOSO will make that county very, very vibrant economically. So they should be able to allow the KECOSO fraternity to make optimum utilization of their resources. You are aware that they talk about Narok being a land of diversity. That means that they are well endowed with resources. And definitely you expect a lot of inputs will actually be used. And in fact, you find that there will be optimal utilization of their facilities, their hotels, their stadiums, and all what that they will have. And in fact, what I'm seeing is that we are likely to have a 24 hours economy in Narok.
During that time?
During that time.
Mr. Chieng, let's divert a bit from KECOSO. Of your athletics career in your heydays, what would you say was the prime or the climax of your athletics career?
Olympic Games. Running Olympic Games is fun. And World Championships is fun. Mm-hmm. But then it zeroed into a contest. We made it a contest because we had an issue with the American 4x4 right from Barcelona, but we sorted it out in 1993, a year later. But competing in such games, it enlightens you a lot. It involves a lot. You can now do something, solve actual discovery. You identify your area of weaknesses, improve on it. And even in athletics now, for the first time, I spoke with Michael Johnson last week. This young tack called Omanyala has a realistic chance for the first time in history in 100 meter to finish at the podium. That one is a reality. It will depend how he manages the pressure there. He has the speed, he has the psyche. Now that, like when you are running World Championships, it's not like when you are running the Golden League or the Grand Prix or the Diamond League. No, that's a one-off. This one, they do it and come back and do it again. If you manage the expectation very well, your speed, your emotion, everything in you, for sure we have a medal for the first time in history. That one you can take to the bank. But it will depend on him because he's quite capable now. Yeah. I don't see the young tax from the US can give him much challenge if he manages himself very well. The question is now, the composure, the coaches, the people who are dealing with this psychology and all the doctors, the physiotherapists, because in a matter of 9.9 seconds, that race is over, or below than that. You've been preparing for 3-4 years. the race is taken in some subs 10 seconds, and then it's over. You have to prepare for another 3 years. Now, for Omanyala, this is it. Yeah, this is it. There's no any other time.
This is it.
Yeah, this is it. So he has to be accurate, he has to be composed, he has to avoid a lot of what we call camera appearances. He has to be himself with these coaches. He'll have the camera once the race is done. That's how we used to do it. We used to hide away, run away from camera and hide and do our things, and then we come for the interview later.
But for now, you have to completely run away and, you know, just keep
yes, and have maximum and total concentration. Yeah.
Wow. Let's now, you know, start getting your parting shot as we start winding up this discussion. What can we expect as the team manager, KCAA, Kenya Civil Aviation?
Expect a stronger team, and also expect to have fun also. It is not just about sports, it's also about networking. And that's why we learn a lot also about other organizations. Like KECOSO taught me a lot about the other organizations which are around. So what I'd say to everyone, including Narok as a community, come, enjoy, and have fun.
Come, enjoy, have fun. Wachira, 30 seconds, your parting shot.
Let me tell or advise the Narok community that the moment KECOSO lands, it will make their county to shine. So they should get prepared. And at the same time, I would want to take this opportunity to encourage the youth of this country to embrace sports, because in sports, that is where everything is. And if they are to realize success, it is actually, or it will be activated through sports.
Through sports. 30 seconds, Mr. Cheng, to wind up.
Let the game begins.
That's simple. That's all. Let the games begin. Yeah. Come enjoy, have fun. Yeah. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Mr. Ephraim Anehondo from, you know, the team manager, Kenya Civil Aviation Authority. Mr. Mushiri Wachira, who is the chairman technical, also national coordinator volleyball, also, you know, a member of the Kenya Airports Authority, and Mr. Kennedy Ochieng, chairman, you know, the coordinator athletics, and also vice chair technical from Kenya Ports Authority. Thank you very much. Wishing you all the best, and we'll be looking forward, not forgetting that Kenya Broadcasting Corporation will be there and will not give you an easy task. Come enjoy the games that will be happening 19th to the 26th of August. At this point, we say thank you very much for having kept us company. After this, we go into the Legends section, where we'll be featuring Gor Mahia's legend, that's Morris Oletunda. Then we'll also have a TBT that will be featuring Helen Obiri. From me, as I always say, kuna na kesho ni majaliwa yake Mwenyezi Mungu. On behalf of everyone who's been behind this, the transmission controller, the director, the producer, the cameraman, the sound technicians, thank you very much. Up next is the Legends, and featuring Morris Oletunda. Enjoy.